This apartment was more than a home. It was a graveyard. Coolers, toolboxes, bones on the floor, and one man smiling as if nothing was wrong. His name was Takahiro Shiraishi. The world would remember him as the Twitter killer. 9 victims in just 2 months. One of Japan's darkest modern crimes. To his neighbors, Takahiro Shiraishi was invisible. Just another quiet young man, living alone in a one-room flat in Zama. Nothing about him stood out until the smell. A stench that drifted into the hallways, sour and heavy. Some thought it was garbage. Others said it was unmistakable. The smell of death. They had no idea what was stacked just meters away, on the other side of his door. Before the murders, Takahiro Shiraishi had a job. In Kabukicho, Tokyo's red light district, he worked as a scout, recruiting women for the sex industry. By his own account, he was good at it. He learned how to approach the vulnerable, how to win their trust. But success didn't last. By mid-2017, he quit. Jobless, in debt, cut off from his family. In August 2017, he moved into a one-room flat in Zama, and he turned to Twitter. That same month, he creates a new Twitter persona. His profile: I want to help people who are really in pain. Please DM me anytime. To his followers, he looked like a friend. To the broken, he looked like an ally. But Shiraishi was neither. He was a hunter, hiding in plain sight. September 2017. His first victim was just 19 years old from Kanagawa Prefecture. A teenager battling depression, convinced she had no reason to live. On Twitter, she poured her pain into the void, posting about wanting to end her life. That's when Takahiro Shiraishi found her. He sent the words that became his trademark: "Let's die together." To her, it looked like understanding. To him, it was opportunity. She traveled to meet him, boarding a train to Zama. But the moment she stepped into his apartment, the pact ended. Shiraishi strangled her almost immediately. After the murder, he dismembered her body in the small bathroom. He packed the remains into coolers and toolboxes, layering cat litter over the bones to mask the smell. Then, he cleaned up, waiting for the next victim. Just days after his first kill, another message went out. She wanted someone she could trust. Shiraishi promised, "I will never betray you." But it was a lie. He strangled her with rope, sexually assaulted her corpse, then dismembered her in the bathroom. Her remains were sealed in a cooler beside the first victim. Only 5 days later, he preyed on someone even younger. Kureha Ishihara, just 15 and still in high school. Spotted through suicide hashtags, she agreed to meet. And inside the apartment, the grim pattern repeated: strangulation, assault, dismemberment. A teenager reduced to bones in a box. Then the pattern broke. On August 30th, there was a knock at the door. Shogo Nishinaka, 20, wasn't suicidal. He was searching for his missing girlfriend, who had vanished after messaging Shiraishi. Nishinaka traced her digital trail to Zama and confronted Shiraishi. The spree was on the brink of exposure. Shiraishi's response? Drag him inside and strangle him. The only male victim, eliminated not for despair, but for discovery. By early September, the killings had become ritual. But with Hinako Sarashina, 19, the pattern twisted again. After killing and assaulting her body, Shiraishi stripped her of cash and valuables, turning murder from compulsion into pure profit. By October, the smell was impossible to ignore. Sour, heavy, rot lingering in the hallways. Neighbors complained. Some knocked on his door. Shiraishi dismissed them with casual lies, said it was garbage, said it was the smell of his pets. They nodded, uneasy, but never pressed further. Behind that door, the coolers were filling. Bodies reduced to parts, hidden in boxes stacked against the wall. And still, no one opened it. 9 lives in 2 months. 8 women, 1 man. And the final victim would end the spree. Not because of what happened inside the apartment, but because of what her brother did outside of it. October 23rd, 2017. A 23-year-old woman from Tokyo posted she wanted to die, but not alone. Shiraishi replied. They exchanged messages. She traveled to Zama. She never came back. When she went missing, her brother began searching. Calls went unanswered. She never returned home. With no trace of her, he forced entry into her Twitter account. Inside the inbox, he uncovered her private exchanges with Shiraishi. The handle led straight to Zama. Together with police, he enlisted a woman known only as Yumi. She posed as a new contact and sent Shiraishi a message. Then they waited. Hours stretched. The screen stayed dark. Every second felt like it might collapse the case. Finally, a notification ping. Shiraishi answered. Believing he had found another victim, he revealed himself. For police, it was the break they needed. October 30th. Investigators arrived at the Zama apartment. Shiraishi opened the door. When asked about the missing woman, his words were flat. She's in the freezer. Inside, coolers and toolboxes were stacked with human remains. The spree was over. In September 2020, Takahiro Shiraishi stood trial at the Tokyo District Court. He admitted everything. He told the court, "I killed them regardless of whether they consented or not." His lawyers argued some victims had agreed to die. The court dismissed it. On December 15, 2020, he was sentenced to death. And only this year, in June 2025, the sentence was carried out. Shiraishi was executed by hanging at the Tokyo Detention Center. He was 34 years old. 9 lives ended in Zama, but every day thousands more voices appear online. Posts of despair. Some are cries for help. Some are never answered. Those voices don't have to be silenced. They can be guided toward help.